Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets of big business. And today we're diving into Ares Management Corporation's latest report, which seems to be all about keeping you in the loop with some pretty important financial news. And honey, this one spills the tea on dividends and what's happening for the second quarter of 2025. Before we jump in, if you love getting these insider looks at what keeps the corporate world ticking, please hit that subscribe button. And for more real-time discussions and to join our community of curious minds, our Discord server link is in the description below. Alright, let's get right into it. August 1st, 2025, the date that matters here. Ares Management Corporation, a big player in the investment world, dropped some news with their Form 8K filing. Now these filings are like the official pronouncements from companies about important events, and this one tells us two main things. First off, under the results of operations and financial condition, it says Ares put out a press release on August 1st announcing their financial results for the second quarter, which ended on June 30th of 2025. This is super important because it's how they tell the public how much money they made and how well they're doing financially during that 3-month period. Think of it as their report card for the quarter. The filing basically says that the full details of these results are in a press release, and that press release is attached to this report. So while we don't get the raw numbers right here in this document itself, we know they've shared them and we can look at that press release to get the nitty-gritty. The second big piece is under Regulation FD disclosure. Now, Regulation FDD, or fair disclosure, is a rule that makes sure all investors get the same information at the same time. No one gets special treatment or an earlier peek at the important news. And what Ares disclosed here is that on that same day, August 1st, they announced a dividend. This is a dividend of 120.12 for every share of their Class A common stock. A dividend is basically a portion of a company's profits that gets paid out to its shareholders. So, if you own shares of Ares Class A stock, you get 1.12 for each share you hold. This dividend is set to be paid out on September 30th, and you'll get it if you own the stock on September 16th, which is called the record date. This is great news for shareholders, showing the company is profitable enough to share some of that success. On top of the dividend news, they also released a detailed earnings presentation. This presentation is like a slideshow that explains their second quarter financial results. So both the press release detailing their performance and the presentation giving a visual breakdown are included in this filing. It's all about transparency and making sure investors and frankly anyone interested can understand how Ares is performing and how they're planning to share value with their owners. You'll see a lot of these numbers like 0001176948 popping up. These are typically identification numbers like a unique barcode for the company or for specific types of stock. It just helps keep everything organized and properly tracked within the vast system of financial reporting. And then there's this mention of USGAAP, Command Class Member. GAAP stands for Generally Accepted Accounting Principles. It's like the rule book for how companies in the United States have to report their finances. So when you see that, it just means they're talking about a specific class of their common stock according to these standard accounting rules. We also see a reference to something called Ares A 6.705 Series B Mandatory Convertible Preferred Stock Par Value 0.01 per share member. This sounds complicated, doesn't it? Let's break it down. It's a particular type of stock called preferred stock. The 6.75% is the dividend rate they pay on this stock, and the par value is just a very small nominal value assigned to the stock, often just a few cents. It's a different way for companies to raise money and manage their finances. So both their common stock and this preferred stock are traded on the New York Stock Exchange, or NZ. This is one of the biggest and most well-known stock exchanges in the world, which tells you these are significant securities being traded publicly. When it says securities registered pursuant to Section 12(g) of the Act, it means these stocks are officially registered for trading on a national securities exchange, like the NYSE. This is a standard requirement for companies that want their shares to be bought and sold by the public on major exchanges. Just to recap the key takeaways here, on August 1st, 2025, Ares Management Corporation shared exciting news for its shareholders. They announced their second quarter financial results, which is a measure of their business performance, and crucially, they declared a quarterly dividend of 1.12 per share for their Class A common stock. With a payment date later in September, they backed this up with a press release and a detailed earnings presentation, making sure everyone has the information. Now, looking at the broader picture for Ares Management, they are a significant player in the alternative investment management industry. They manage capital for institutional investors and high net worth individuals across various asset classes like credit, private equity, and real estate. Companies like Ares rely on strong performance to pay dividends and maintain investor confidence. The declaration of a dividend and the fact that they are reporting their financial results indicates they are confident in their current earnings and their ability to generate consistent cash flow. The key risk for an investment manager like Ares is market volatility and competition. If markets perform poorly, the value of the assets they manage can decrease, impacting their fees and potential profits. Also, there's always stiff competition to attract and retain both investors and talented investment professionals. However, the fact that they are paying a dividend suggests they're navigating these challenges effectively, at least for this quarter. It demonstrates financial health and a commitment to returning value to shareholders. For investors looking for income from their investments, a regular dividend is a welcome sign. So what's my take on this filing? Ares management appears to be in solid shape, at least as of August 2025. They're clearly communicating their financial performance and rewarding their shareholders with a dividend. This shows financial discipline and a focus on shareholder returns. One thing to watch would be how they're managing their expenses and the growth of their assets under management, which are typically detailed in the earnings presentation and press release. Information we'd need to review separately. Generally, consistent dividend payments are a good indicator of a mature and stable company. Alright, that's our quick decode of Ares Management Corporation's August 2025 filing. What are your thoughts on this news? Are you a shareholder? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more insights into the corporate world. And don't forget to join the conversation and connect with us on our Discord server. Find the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next decode.